What's up, everybody? It's your girl B Octavia, and we are on Be For Real Vlogs. This is my second channel where I like to do a variety of things: reaction videos, advice, tips, spirituality based videos, and things like that. So, jumping right into the video, today will be a reaction, and today will be a reaction on Young Pappy's Spirit Box by Cody CTC. I've already explained what Cody does. He communicates with people in the afterlife. He goes into further detail on his channel, and he gives great disclaimers and things that can kind of ease people's conscience, ease and calms people's nerves when watching his videos. And I feel like when I watch his videos, it gives me a sense of hope to know what the afterlife is like. I'm not inching to get there anytime soon, but to know that you still have to make a certain effort in your afterlife to get to heaven, that's something that I feel like people don't even think about. And maybe if people thought about that more, it would help them make a positive impact on earth. I wanted to do Young Pappy's Spirit Box, and I wanted to react to it because Young Pappy is a little different from guys his age. He passed away at a very young age. I believe it was like 18. It could be younger than that. I would not be surprised, but he came up in the era of drill music in Chicago. And if you know anything about it from when it started off very toxic. They trying to, some of them is trying to navigate through or change the narrative of drill music by not dissing and not talking about their ops and things like that, but it is still toxic. That can't be ignored. And Young Pappy unfortunately fell right into that. I'm not sure if he was one of those ones that was mentioning his ops names, but it is rowdy music, you know what I'm saying? He does claim his block. He does, you know what I'm saying? He was very vocal on that, and vocal on gang violence and things like that. I'm not gonna lie, I listen to his music, you know what I'm saying? And of course, a lot of people don't think about a person's potential past what they hear at that certain point, but I feel like that's why I rocked with him as long as I did, and I still listen to it because I do hear some potential of what he could have been. But it's all about you getting out of that negative mind space about the world, So, we are going to react to his Spirit Box, and we are going to react to some things that he said and what caught my attention and things like that. So let's get started right now.
How has your experience been on the other side so far? Can you tell us some of the most memorable parts of your life? Hey guys, welcome back to another video. It's me, Cody here, and as you saw from that amazing intro, we have a very, very powerful session coming up, and it's not one that we have very often. This is one that's really going to touch your heart and may make you a little bit sad, so I do warn you from the very beginning. This is not like some of our other sessions. It seems that Young Pappy has had a pretty rough time on the other side, to say the least. But if you want to hear the full life story of Young Pappy, just in case you don't know who Young Pappy is, or you want to learn a little bit more about him, if you were a fan and you want to learn some of the greatest moments of his life and, what led up to his death eventually, you can actually click the link in the top right hand corner of the screen. We posted another video along with this one, which covers the life of the rapper Young Pappy. And this is a new series which we started, which hopes to immortalize the story of these spirits, the story of their lives. And not only are we giving spirits a voice now, but we are also allowing their life stories to live on this immortal thing we call the internet. So if you're interested in that, please check out that video, The Story of Young Pappy. Link in the top right hand corner of the screen or in the description down below. With all that being said, guys, let's get straight into this very heart-touching session. We're looking to get in contact with the spirit of Young Pappy tonight. My spirit guides were able to confirm that you are here with us. Are you willing to come through and speak tonight? Who's trying to take you away? I'm not sure if that's what I heard, but I think I heard that. There seems to be a disturbance right now on the other side. I'm not too sure what's going on. I'm going to try to let things settle down because I'm not sure if I'm able to do anything from my end. Young Pappy, I'm not too sure what's going on the other side, but if you're willing to, we would love to ask you some questions tonight about the day you died and see how you're doing right now on the other side. God? Have you met up with God on the other side? You seem to sound a little bit confused. How has your experience been on the other side so far? You died in 2015 and it's now 2021. Are you aware of the time that's went by? Your bro? Have you met up with other rappers on the other side like King Von or L.A. Capone? Do I know where they are? We recently just did a session with King Von, XXXTentacion, and Pop Smoke. Where they are now, I'm not too sure, but they were here not too long ago. Are you stuck on a lower dimension right now? Is that why you can't see nobody? If you're stuck in a dark place, a lower dimension, you need to pray for the light. You need to pray for help. You're not going to be able to get out of the place that you're in without the help of God. Do you understand what I'm saying? I'm not sure if we're still connected. Yeah, are you okay on the other side?
I even see the truth. Just like you. And I failed everyone around me.
Do you know if this was an inside job? Maybe one of your friends could have set you up. I know that this happens a lot in these kinds of situations. Do you have any regrets from life that you feel comfortable discussing with us or sharing? Everything. Wow, that's very strong. If I'm going to be honest, I'm not too familiar with your life or the situations that you may have gotten into, but I can tell from your replies that you're very sincere and that you were in a very tough place. I'm sure that if you pray to God and ask for forgiveness, He'll pull you out of the place you're in.
Where's the
Even if you're a little doubtful, I still encourage you to pray, and I will also pray with you after this session on your behalf to try to get you out of the dark place that you're stuck in right now. You have a lot of fans, and they all love you very, very much. I'm sure that after, when I put this video out and they see it, they're all going to be praying for you too on the other side. You're most very welcome, and I'm going to try very, very hard to help you. Putting to the side all of this negativity that's happened to you, can you tell us some of the most memorable parts of your life? When we get through this tough spot together and you get out of where you are right now, do you look forward to meeting up with other Chicago legends that have passed on? I also wanted to ask you if you have any messages for your family or friends, because it is possible for them to see this video and hear you once again. I do feel the energy levels getting a little low for you on the other side. It's starting to get a little bit more quiet too. So I do want to ask if there's anything else you want to say before I consult with my spirit guide George about helping you through your situation on the other side. You can come through and you can say anything that you wish to say to your family, your friends, and your fans. So as you can see from this session, Young Pappy has had quite wow, I can't even describe what Young Pappy must have been going through since 2015. I'm not sure what it's like for spirits on the other side. I'm not sure how time works, but something tells me that Young Pappy has been stuck in the position that he's in since the day he died in 2015, meaning that he's been stuck in a very dark place where as he said, nobody comes and nobody ever comes to see him. And so hearing this is very heartbreaking, and of course we don't usually have sessions like this, so it was quite shocking to hear. But let me know what you think in the comments section down below, and let me know if you're going to be praying for Young Pappy, because I will definitely be trying to do a session with him again to reach out to him and let him know that his fans are praying for him. So let me know what you think in the comment section down below, leave suggestions for future videos, and thank you all so much for watching, and until next time.
Okay, so from that session, it is without a doubt fair to say that Young Pappy is in a lower dimension. I don't want to necessarily say it's hell, but it may be some forms of it, you know. From the first beginning, there was a disturbance. He did follow that up to say nobody comes and nobody ever visits him. But maybe the other people that do sometimes come and mess with him, or he hears them, or there ends up being some type of disturbance between spirits, is because those people are in a dark place too. I think of the term misery loves company, and I do feel bad for Young Pappy only because he's probably been in a dark place, not even just in the afterlife. I feel like a lot of people from Chicago and from places like it, that's all they know. That's the mindset that they have. That's how they grew up. That's how the mindset of their peers are. It's very dark humor, you know, and it's a very dark and negative mindset. That's why they pour it into the music, and that's why it's so easy to do so for them, because they don't have to go the extra mile to make the toxic music that they make. I'm not saying that some of them ain't hits, but it don't really get them far. It only makes them a huger target depending on who they talking about or what area they talking about, or better yet, what area they from. And when Cody was saying, like, you have to pray to God and he'll help you, some people don't know how hard it is for a person to not only ask for help, but to talk to a person that they never talked to before. I think that speaks loudly. You can believe in God just like the rest of us, but to actually talk to God, to actually pray to God while you're here on earth, it really might bring you that much farther to him, And maybe what he meant by nobody ever comes is nobody that he really wants to see, That's a sign that unfortunately he has sinned quite a bit, you know what I'm saying? God will put you where you need to be, and there's work to be done, People stay the same for quite a while to the point where they don't see anything that's wrong with it. And it's a lot of good people that come from Chicago, whether they talking about shooting, robbing, or killing. The characteristics of a person doesn't change. They can have good qualities, but God sees all, and he is the decider. He does choose where you have to be placed in the afterlife. It's something that I think that it would make a lot of people consider their actions a lot more, on how they move on earth. It would determine what type of person they want to be, what type of person they want to be towards others and towards themselves. It all has to reflect in the afterlife, and it's going to it's going to reflect in where you end up and how much work you have to do, if you see the light or if you don't. I'll definitely pray for him, but it does start with self. I hope from the conversation that he and Cody had that he starts to pray, and he starts to believe in God if he hasn't. And he starts to really think about how his decisions led him to where he is. It still can be very confusing to be in the dark. You can't see anything. You can't think of anything but being in the dark. But I hope that with Cody's help, with Young Pappy's self-help, with George's help, all of these factors can come into play with helping Young Pappy rise to a greater level and see that he has to put in more work than anybody, than his fans, than his family. He has to put in that work. And it's not about no gang or what you tied to no more. And I bet that is something hard to come to terms with. It's something that he always knew. I be hoping that with things like this, it reaches the family in a positive way. And if they are in the same type of dark or negative space, that they start to think of things in a different way and make everything a positive.